Hi, everyone. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to everyone out there. It is Travel Talk Live on the Thursday before Mardi Gras. Um, to all the people that did not go out to the parade tonight, is Mises tonight? Does anybody know? That's so sad, y'all. I haven't been keeping up. But anyway, for those in the New Orleans area, hopefully, well, of course, if they're out there, they're not listening right now, but they can always catch it on the replay. So anybody going out to the parades and stuff over the weekend, be safe. Again, want to tell everyone hello. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know you're there. Hey, Andrea, happy Thursday to you also. I appreciate the love. And go ahead, just let me know if you're in. If you're joining us from our Facebook group, you do need to go ahead and just register with StreamYard. That way I know who's speaking to me. If not, you just look like Facebook user, which is fine if that's what you want to be. But go ahead and do that, and go ahead and just drop a hello in the comment section. And to those who are joining, again, I'm Tabitha Washington, owner of the Travel Crew, where we create phenomenal travel experiences for phenomenal people. And this is Travel Talk Live. I hope everyone's having a good Thursday. My Thursday was a little full. We'll just go with full. It wasn't bad. It was just full. You know, some of those days you're just like, you got so much to do. But that's what I was working on. But it's all good because I was working on stuff for you guys. Just trying to get everything together. So tonight, um, for those of you that are stepping in, we're going to do some frequently asked questions. I do get, people want to know what the travel crew is about, what to expect, things like that. So I decided to just go ahead and let's talk about that tonight. If you have a question, feel free to drop it in the comment section. Um, I am looking at questions that people have already asked me and sent, but it's okay if you didn't get a chance to send yours in. Just go ahead, drop it in the comment section, and I'll see it and I will read it online and stuff and answer it there. Please make the questions travel related or try to. I won't. I won't restrict you. Just drop a question in there. I'll answer it. So I see more people are joining. Uh, see some people on YouTube. So if you didn't know, you can catch us on the Facebook business page for the Travel Crew, inside the Travel Crew group, uh, Travel Crew Travel Talk, and also we're on YouTube. If you're watching us from YouTube, we appreciate the support. If you could just go ahead and subscribe to the Travel Crew channel, and greatly appreciate that. And please, guys, drop a hello in the comment section. So we are going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and get started. And again, if you have a comment or a question, just write it down there and I'll answer it. So one of the questions that I get asked a lot is, I'm trying to be fancy, y'all. So let's see, can I pull it off? Can anyone join your hosted group trips? And the answer is yes. Our trips are mostly our audience are Black women, and that's who mostly joins the trip, and that's great. When I came up with the concept of the travel crew, I did picture mostly Black women traveling, but that doesn't mean that it's restricted to only Black women. Anybody is welcome to join the trip. So if you're interested, please, by all means, join us. It's a good trip. Another question that we get asked a lot. So for those, mostly everyone knows that we're based in New Orleans. And people have asked, or they've said, I don't live in New Orleans. Can I still go on a travel crew trip? Yes, you can still go on a travel crew trip if you do not live in New Orleans. In fact, I have had people that have gone on trips that are not in the New Orleans area. Most of the time, they've we've had people in other parts of Louisiana. We've had people from out of state, and maybe their friend is in New Orleans and told them about it, and they decided to join along. You will find that some of our trips don't come with flights. So basically, you're just meeting us there anyway. And those trips that do have flights included in the package, you're not obligated to fly there. There's a land only version where you will be responsible for getting your own flight to meet us in the destination. But yes, anybody, you do not have to live in New Orleans to be part of the travel crew and to go on one of the travel crew hosted trips. The next question, I get this a lot, is people want to know what's the difference between a tailor-made trip and a hosted trip, also called the travel crew experience. If you've been on the travel crew website and you look at the services we offer, you will see there's two options. There's a tailor-made trip, and then there's the travel crew experience. So first, I'm going to talk about the travel crew experience. That's the hosted trips that I was referring to earlier. Those are the trips that are prepackaged, they're put together already, and the whole design is for you, the traveler, to book, pack, and go. You don't have to you don't have to come up with an itinerary, you don't have to plan anything. It's already put together. Anyone can join. You just see a trip you like, you book it, and you go. And that's pretty much it. So we try to, it's different destinations or whatever all over. So just look at the website and you'll see some of our upcoming trips, some that are already released and some that are releasing soon. But that is a travel crew experience. Also, I should add, they're hosted. So even though it's a group trip that's put together and pre-packaged, and by pre-packaged, I mean it has the lodging, all the tours, the itinerary, the meals are set up, and everything like that. And there's a host, a travel crew host on site. So you're not there alone who's helping you navigate everything. We do make sure there's free time, so you're not always with this group of people, but you will have some free time to explore on your own. So that is the travel crew experience. We also have a tailor-made trip. The tailor-made trip is when you want your own custom group trip. I do get calls for that where people are trying to put together their own thing. So if you're trying to put together your own group trip, then that's a tailor-made trip. But if you want to come on our prepackaged trip, then that's the travel crew experience. So just go ahead. I see some more people joining. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Please. Um, Tonight, we're talking about frequently asked questions. So if you have a question that you want to ask, go ahead and drop it in the comment section and I'll read it online. And again, if you came in late, I'm Tabitha Washington, owner of the travel crew. Feel free to put something in the comment section just to say hello. And I'm going to move on to my next question. So I do get some people that ask me this. They want to know, do I have trips that don't require passports? Yes, we do have trips that don't require passports. Not all our trips, you need a passport to go. In fact, we just came back from Puerto Rico. And Puerto Rico, because it's a U.S. territory, even though it's in the Caribbean, it's a U.S. territory, you don't need a passport to go to Puerto Rico. Also, the first trip for 2023, which is dropping real soon. Some of you probably have seen it coming soon on social media and in the email, is we're going to Breckenridge, Colorado. U.S. state, you don't need a passport. So I can't say that all of the travel crew trips are like that, but we do have trips that don't require a passport. But it doesn't mean you shouldn't get your passport anyway. Just go ahead and get it. It's nothing wrong, you know. Set yourself up to explore. And if you are thinking about joining us on an international trip and you don't have your passport, you really need to go ahead and get that taken care of because since the pandemic hit, the processing time for passport applications has really, really grown. There's a lot more time in it. And so if you never had a passport, or even for the people that have one, but your expiration date is approaching, you need to go ahead and get that in. And for those whose expiration date may be approaching, remember before you go on international travel, most countries require you to have a 6 month gap between your expiration date and your date of travel. So we're in the end of February. Let's go with March. So if your passport expires in September and you decide to go on a trip in May, that's still like 4 months difference between the trip and when it expires. But that's 6 months from when it expires, and a lot of countries will not accept it. So that's something to keep in mind. So yes, if you plan on traveling with us internationally, you need to go ahead and work on getting that passport. But we do have some trips that do not require a passport. And like I said, we just came back from Puerto Rico, which was awesome. No passport needed. And we're going to be headed to Breckenridge, Colorado next year. So that's another trip. All right, let's see what else we have. It's kind of touches on what I talked about before. When the question is, how can I get my own group trip? So that's what I mentioned before, what we call the Tailormade trip. And that's the link to get to our Tailormade trip. And as I said before, the Tailormade trips are the trips that are designed specifically for you. Let's see, I've had people for class reunions, family reunions, destination birthday celebrations, things like that. So for your own group trip, you do need to have a minimum of 10 people for a group. I've had some people who tried to say 3 people is a group. 3 people is a nice group of friends, but it's not a group. Group travel just takes on it's a different form in the travel industry, as far as booking things, reserving things, group amenities, and things of that sort. So if you want your own group trip, you would come to this web address that you see right here on the screen. And that's how you can go ahead and sign up. You get a free consultation with me to talk about what you're interested in and the aspects you're going through. And then you proceed from there with designing the trip and having it available for all your, whether it's friends, family, whatever it may be. The cool thing about it is that we still try to give you the same type of service. I guess you could say, like, you'll still get a website for your friends to use to book the trip. You don't get a host with your tailor-made trip, but you do get the other planning and things that go in. Same kind of things that go into a travel crew experience you'll get with the tailor-made trip. So if you are interested in your own group trip, then yes, that's what you want right there is the tailor-made trip. So I do get a lot of questions like that. People see the experiences that I have planned, but then they want to go ahead and try to do that for their own small group. And that's cool. That's awesome. So that's what you need to do if you want uh, your own trip. All right. I'm checking the comment section. And again, if you have a question that I haven't covered, go ahead and drop it in the comment section. And we're going to keep moving on with the next question. All right. This one is a good one. Do you have payment plans? And the answer is yes, absolutely. We have payment plans. That's one of the awesome things about our services is there are payment plans. You know, a lot of times that's that kind of discourages some people from wanting to travel because I mean, let's be honest, you want to see the world, but it ain't cheap to go see the world, and we get that, we understand it. So to go on one of our trips, this will even count with a tailor-made trip that we have a payment option where you will be required to put down a deposit, but then we have a monthly payment plan, and that can be made We even have an auto pay option where you sign up and the money will automatically be drafted. You can opt in for that. And when that feature opened, a lot, probably the majority of my clients jumped on the auto feature because they were just like, it's a one and done thing. They don't have to worry about it and it gets paid and stuff. So we do that. So it's really convenient. Like I said, there's a deposit that is made, and then after that, you get an invoice with the dates and the monthly payments and things of that sort. So imagine just this big trip that you've been dreaming about, your bucket list and everything, but you have time to just pay it over a a long period of time and stuff. It makes that trip just such much more attainable. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to have to drop, big dollars or something at one time, but when you can space it out over time, it makes it a lot easier and everything. And yeah, we're trying to make travel more accessible to everybody. And this is one of the ways we do it. Of course, you have the option to pay in full right then and there. We do have some people that just like to pay it in full, but we do have the payment plan. So that was a good question. Okay, next do get this one a bit too. What if I don't have someone to travel with? Sis, it happens. It happens. But you know what? One of the good things about the travel crew is your crew. And you have a ready-made group of friends. You might just need some new friends. I mean, keep your old friends. They're good. They've been there for you. You don't want to give up your security and the people that have always been there for you. But you might need to expand your circle so you can get you some new travel friends. And it's all good. If you don't have someone to travel with, these are the options. When you come on one of our hosted trips, there is a single occupancy option, and that means that you're the only person in the room. Because you're the only person in the room, it doesn't mean that you're on this trip by yourself because it's a group. And so you come with this ready-made pack of friends. It might seem awkward at first because maybe you don't know everybody, but I've never seen one of my trips where people met on that trip and didn't end up talking to each other afterwards. I know there are people afterwards, they all of a sudden they're Facebook friends and they're sending each other messages and sharing pictures and stuff. And it's because you met some new people who have the same exact interests as you. They have the same interests as traveling. Let's admit, not all of your friends want to travel with you. I mean, I had that. The places that I wanted to go, not everybody was interested in going, but that didn't stop me. Sometimes you just got to find you some new travel buddies, and that's what the travel crew comes ready with. Is just a new group of friends. The other thing that we have, it's not on all of our trips, but on our international trips, we have roommate matching, and it's not on all our international trips, like even like the real big ones, like South Africa or something like that. We do have a roommate matching program where if you opt to do it, you can get matched with a roommate. Of course, there's a survey to fill out and that kind of thing, but there is a roommate matching program. So if you don't have someone to travel with, it's not a problem. We got you. So you should never let that stop you from getting out there and seeing the world. That's the way I feel about it. So just go ahead. We'll be your new buddies. We'll be your new travel friends. So, we got more people joining. Hey guys, that's the thing. So if you don't have someone to travel with, it's okay. You can just book single occupancy and come along and just meet a new group of friends. Or you can go ahead and for our extended international trips, you have the roommate matching. All right, for the people that just joined us, we're doing frequently asked questions. If you have a question that you want me to ask, want me to answer about the travel crew, just go ahead and drop it in the comment section, and I'll go ahead and read it on the air and answer it. And Also, to those who just joining again, if you didn't know, I'm Tabitha Washington and the owner of the Travel Crew. So thank you for everybody that's been sticking in so far. And then we're going to move on to the next question. Okay. I got this one recently when I was at an event. Um, People were asking, or they said, I keep missing when I hear about new trips. What's the best way to hear about your trips? So there was actually somebody who said they didn't even know the South Africa trip was released, and the trip has actually been out for a year. And they actually approached me and was like, "When is the South Africa trip coming out?" So I'm not sure how they missed it. We do post on social media, but the best way to know about a travel crew hosted trip coming up, which I call the travel crew experience, is to get on the email list. You do need to join the email list, and I did not put that link up. Let me just do this real quick. Anyway, the best way to hear about the trips is to just go ahead and sign up on that email list. That way, you know it's in your inbox. Usually, people on the email list are going to get first notice about it. And here's the link for the email list. Also, if you're on the Facebook page or the Facebook group, you'll see there should be links in there automatically just to click on there and join the email list. So anyway, when you're on the email list, you're going to get, in addition to getting tips and things like that, it's not just sales. You know, I try to make sure that you have information, news, and tips just to make you an all-around informed traveler. You also are going to get first notice of when trips are released, things of that sort. When limited spaces available, things like that. So if you want to be on one of our trips, that is like one of the best ways to do it is, or to find out about it, is to just be on the email list. Because I was shocked. This person said they had been waiting on South Africa and they didn't even know that it had been released yet. So, and the last question I have here: can men join your trips and can children join your trips? So we'll start with the men first. Men, yes, men are absolutely welcome to join our trips. Like I said, the majority of the people that go on our trips are Black women, which is really awesome. But men are more than welcome to come on our trips. We do have men that go on our trips. We do have men booked for our South Africa trip. So yeah, men are absolutely welcome to come on our trips. There may be a girls' trip or something planned. We did have one that got canceled because of COVID. That one, you know, was restricted to men only. But no, men are welcome on our trips. As far as children, children generally are not. Our trips are generally not designed for children, but we will put some trips that are children friendly. Not all, but some are, and children are welcome. So when the trip is released, you'll see in the notes section, it will say this trip is for ages, blah, 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 or no one under, you know, such and such. Usually the reason why, it depends on the environment, like an all-inclusive resort with alcohol and stuff. I'm not really trying to have kids around that. But for Alaska, also Alaska cruise, that's something else that got canceled for COVID. We had a lot of people bring their kids, but that is like a family trip and stuff. So that was something that we did. But generally, the travel crew is not aimed towards children or youth on the trips, but we do sometimes have trips where children are welcome to go. And if you're not sure, you can always drop us a line and just ask, and we'll be happy to let you know. So I don't see any more questions. If you have any, feel free to drop them right now. I'm going to go ahead and that's the URL, the address. If you want to go ahead and get on the email list, this is what you need to do. This way you make sure you don't miss any information. You're not going to miss when the new trips are released, and we do have some coming up soon. So if you want to be the first to hear it, this is definitely the way to do it. Also, if you're interested in some of the trips that we have coming up, you want to go to this page right here. This is the link to all of our upcoming hosted trips. So we have some good stuff. We have Los Cabos that is coming up in May, and South Africa, which is this November. So both are very limited space. So you want to go ahead and get on that. I know a lot of people, the travel bug is biting them because people are feeling more comfortable with travel and everything. So that's good. So if you have been thinking about like what can I do, we do have some space that you can go ahead and jump on and get on one of our trips, and we would love to have you on. A lot of fun. We had such a good time in Puerto Rico that yeah, Los Cabos just sounds something about just chilling in a beach environment with some sun and a drink in your hand. I mean, can you really beat that? I don't think you can. All right. So I don't see any more questions. And I'm checking. Nope, I don't see anything else. I want to thank everybody that hung in there with me for this past about half an hour. Thank you again. I hope everyone has a great evening. I even point out, I've been sitting here representing with my purple, gold, and green and didn't even show it off. So yeah, it's Mardi Gras season. So I thought I even got a Florida leaf on the sorry, pointing the opposite. My camera is reversed. We have a Florida leaf in that corner and stuff. Because it's Mardi Gras time, if you're not in the New Orleans area, this is a big weekend leading up to leading up to Mardi Gras, which is Tuesday. So everybody's getting ready and stuff. But tomorrow is Zulu. I know a lot of people are going to Zulu and everything. And then Saturday, what you got? Non-stop and it's just a thing. So if you're not from New Orleans, Mardi Gras is more than just on Bourbon Street on Mardi Gras Day. It's a season, it's a holiday and everything. And this is the big weekend leading up to it. So if you're going out there to the parades and everything, I just ask everyone please be safe. Safe physical safety as well as making sure that you are in your health. Stay safe and everything. And I wish everyone a great weekend. Thank you again for tuning in. And I'll see you guys next week.